said he knew a nigga harder than me, boy, don't lie to me. I'm past what you tryna be, and I wasn't even tryna be. I got niggas used to look up to me, they be tryna be. I hope you don't try, boy, we strapped just like Proud of Sneak.
Y'all wanna say what's up to YouTube? Cause it's going on YouTube. Say what's up to YouTube. Y'all say hey YouTube. Say hey YouTube. Yo YouTube. Ew, the mob emotes look super duper small on here. Sub up. Fact, sub YouTube. If you're not subbed to me, man, sub. Like and share and comment and turn notifications on so y'all can see when we drop more story times. This going on the main channel. But y'all, this story time is about how my friend got my teacher pregnant when I was in school. I'm gonna have to go here with it. Yo, question mark? Yo, whoa, yeah. Crazy, right? Other way around? No, my teacher got my friend pregnant. Ain't that what I said? Oh, yeah, y'all know now, I guess. Yeah. I need a name for the girl. Y'all, chat, drop a name for the girl. Drop a name for the teacher. Next to type is gay. Juice, chill out. Jayla for the girl. I need a name for the teacher. Yo, Fredo, appreciate you for giving Rail a sub on his alt. Jayla and Mr. Banks. W Fredo, man, for the sub. Okay. Mr. C? No. Not today. Y'all, me and Jayla used to go to school together. I'm not going to say what school, but we went to school together. This happened when I was like 15 or 16 years old. She had to be 15 or 16 at this time, too. Because, yeah. Bro, she just acted so mature. And, still to this day, I don't know how old she actually is, but I can only assume that she my age because we was in the same grade. Well, actually, no, she graduated, I can't even say that. She was, I think she was a grade above me. She had to be like a grade above me, but we had the same class. So, like, Jayla in a friend group of people who do nothing but tell their business to each other. Y'all need to keep that in mind during all of this story time. First of all, the friend group is split in half. We're all together, but it's split in half. I'm coming from a school. I transferred schools and switched states. And I ended up meeting Jayla in my second period class. So me and Jayla were in school together. We're in this class together. And me and her, we ended up being friends because we sat beside each other in this class. She was like, okay, you want to have lunch with me and my friends. Mind you, I'm coming from a different school, so I really don't know too many people here. She like, yeah, you come have lunch with me and my friends. I'm like, okay, cool, okay. We have lunch. I have lunch with the friends. Very early, I realized these friends know too much about each other to be a friend group. It's almost like, weird how much information they know about each other. Like, they know too much. It's nobody's business is everybody's business in this friend group. It's just too much going on. If you tell one person something, everybody gonna know. And nobody cares if you gossip about each other either. But keep in mind that everybody knows, was Jayla bad? She looked like Natalie Nunn, but black. Her chin was very long. She had like a super long chin. But Jayla, she would just let me know everything about her life that she could possibly let me know. Except for this very key part. We go to lunch. Jayla go and get her lunch. Me and all the rest of her friend group is sitting with each other. Keep in mind the friend group, like I said, is split in half. Three of the main people in the friend group, we have me and them three people have a whole nother class together without Jayla in it. While we at lunch, they say, yeah, Jayla kid. I'm like, Jayla what kid? Might be siblings. Bro, I'm like, what kid? She like, Yeah, y'all, you ain't know? She ain't tell you? Jayla got a kid. I'm like, Jayla got a kid? Mind you, we're 15 to 16 years old at this time. She like, yeah, Jayla got a kid. Right, so when Jayla come back, they're like, oh yeah, what was y'all talking about? They're like, yeah, we were just telling Tamia how you got a kid, cause she ain't know. I'm like, Jayla sitting here like, yeah, I thought I told you. As if this is this anything to just be saying. She like, yeah, I thought I told you. So she started telling me information about the kid. She like, yeah, I got a kid. I'm like, oh, she's showing me pictures of the kid, of her when she was pregnant, and all this. And she just showing me pictures of the ultrasound, and she's showing me pictures of the kid. Now her and the kid together, just pictures of the kid. Like the kid looked like the kid had to be like 1 year old at the most. So yeah, she's showing me pictures of the kid or whatever. Proud, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Proud mom. So I'm asking her, oh yeah, you got a kid? Da-da-da. She's like, yeah, I got a kid. The kid just doesn't stay with me. She said the kid doesn't stay with me. She's like, yeah, the kid stays with my mom for the kid's safety. I'm like, oh. Now me, I'm not a person that asks a lot of questions when people get into their life and their business. That never been me. She like, yeah, the kid live with my mom. I got a kid. The kid live with my mom. I'm like, okay, cool. The kid live with your mom. None of my business, but I mean, I guess I know now. She like, yeah, that's all the information she let me know. I go to my next class. They got the 3 people from the friend group in it, and you know, we just sitting there talking. And this is when I found out that the 3 people that's in this class, that's in the friend group, and Jayla, they don't really like each other that much. They keep it cordial because they cool, but they not like this. It's to the point where Jayla not even telling them new information anymore. She's just telling them halves of a story. She's telling them halves of her life. And she's telling me the other half. Mind you, I don't know none of the friend group like this other than Jayla for real, but it's not like, I still don't even know Jayla like that. Like, we never even spoke outside of school or nothing. So, Jayla had, you know, I just told y'all, Jayla just told me that she got a kid and the kid live with her mom. Now, on this other side in this class with the 3 people in it, from the friend group, the 3 main people, they in my ear like, yeah. Jayla, yeah, you know Jayla got a kid. The kid stay with her mom because she grew up in an abusive household, and that's the kid. The kid is with the mom, so CPS don't come and get the kid. I'm like, oh. Jayla doesn't know that I know this information. Jayla doesn't know this. I know this information at all. She only knows that I know half of the story. Mind you, this is also very important for y'all to keep in mind. Jayla will tell me one half of a story, and she'll tell the 3 friends, because they always be together, the other half of the story, but she'll never tell them 2 parts of the story at the same time. So it's like, she tells the story, but she's not telling the whole truth. She's telling this person this half, this person the other half. And I guess it's our job to piece it together. But nobody knows that these people know the other half, and I know this part except for me, because I'm not saying nothing. The only way you would know that Jayla's telling me the other half of the story is if I told you what it was. So, me, I keep quiet. I don't say nothing. Now, this gets very, 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 very odd. A little bit farther into the story, because stuff is going to start adding up, and it's going to be stuff that's not adding up at all. We go to lunch. Everything's cool. Everything's calm. We're not really speaking on Jayla or her kid because it's normal for them already to know. It's not no like crazy, bizarre piece of information to everybody that's in the friend group because they already know. But to me, I'm still like, let me feel this friend group out. I don't know if I like them or not. I really didn't know if I liked them or not. I didn't know if I was rocking with anything that was going on. And then also at this time, I'm like, yeah, I'm not telling them none of my business. Y'all can have it. I'm not telling them anything that I do outside of school. It be like that? Yes, it definitely does. Bro, The next day I come to school, me and Jayla got our class together. And, I sit next to Jayla, so me and her talk during class. She like, yeah, what's the teacher name? Yo, Mr. Banks. She like, Mr. Banks fine. I'm like, I guess. That ain't got nothing to do with me, but I guess. Now, mind you, I'm thinking this is a normal thing. Mr. Banks, Mr. Trunchpaw. Oop, yeah. Mr. Banks is kind of on the weird side. Like, he not no regular, normal teacher. He not a weirdo, but he just, like, weird. Like, you know how you always got, like, a weird kid in your class? He like that, but in a teacher form. He's just weird. So I'm like, okay, you definitely got a type, I guess. Just weird and odd. Mind you, she never says who the father of the child that she got is. Still to this day, don't know who that father of that child is. What he teach? We gonna say chemistry, because I can't say what he actually teach. He teach chemistry. Biology, chemistry, yeah. Something like that. He's weird. He's just slightly odd. He's always just been a little odd. Why you can't say it? Because people from... I don't want to disclose certain information because of the people that are involved in this story. We gonna keep it like that. I don't want to involve the people that's inside of this story. Y'all, I don't even care if they have an idea who they are. I'm not telling y'all exactly who they are. I'm just gonna say just enough to where y'all can get what I'm trying to say without them thinking I'm talking about them. And even if they do, I can say that I wasn't. He built that chemistry with Jayla, all right. Yeah, he did. But, like, this teacher is very, like, I don't want to say he's weird because he was not giving off weird at first. It was just weird to me because I wasn't used to people like this. I'm okay, when it comes to lame and popular, I'm kind of here with it. I'm not no lame. He's down here. I'm up here. So... for me to, like, he's weird to me, but if you're somebody that's right here, he's not weird to you at all. He's normal, because that's where you are. I'm kind of up here. It's just like, it was a bad mix. It wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. Buddha, close your ears for this story. Now, Buddha can open her ears for this story. I ain't gonna say nothing too crazy. But, the teacher, he's very generous. And that's where this whole thing take a wild turn. He is so generous that he gives people rides from school, take people from home to the school. He take people from the school home. He dropping people from the school to basketball practice for their AAU teams. He helping football players. Yeah, rides. Yeah, he Uber Eats too. He buy. Oh, y'all want pizza? Okay. Yeah. Let me get a large pepperoni and a large cheese. He that. He literally that. He too comfy and he's too generous. He gave him a ride, all right. Mind you, but here go the thing where he was smart with it. He just wasn't smart enough. He not outsmarting me. That's what I'm saying. He was just smart enough. He got boys in there too. Not on the R. Kelly stuff, but it was he was giving boys rides to AAU practices and stuff. He owned his own, like, company, and he had students that were at the school working for his company, or students at his school that were, like, customers in his company too. So he would give them rides to his company so he could do business with them. Not on the weird stuff, but, like, yeah, he had people, like, kids that was inside of his class that was working for his company too. So he was just, like, all around a cool guy, I guess. He was just cool but weird to me, because I wasn't used to that. I don't know how long he had been working at that school before I had got there, but he was cool to everybody. So when everybody else found out, it was like, oh, what? No way, not him. And then you got the people that think like me that's like, oh, him? Yeah, I'm not surprised. He gives that vibe. I just didn't think he was going to take it that far. Thought he was a little smarter than that, being a teacher and all. Friendly teacher, yes, he's a friend. He's a overly friendly, freaky frog teach. But yeah, Jayla, Jayla called him fine. Now, over time, and this is about a week or 2 or 3, this is probably over the span of a couple weeks, Jayla just starts to get a little more distant from school. She's not around her family like that. She's not visiting her kid like that. She doesn't already barely kind of visits her kid. Because she said, I haven't seen my kid in 2 or 3 months. I'm like, that's a little weird, but you're a teenager in school, you're trying to finish school, and the kid's with your mom, so the kid's safe. So, handle your business, I guess. She's like, yeah, but I call him on FaceTime, and I'm like, okay, that's not none of my business, so I'm not paying attention to it. I'm like, okay, go ahead. Bro, Jayla starts missing days of school, right? Now, you know what's crazy about this? One day, we will have a substitute teacher for that class that Mr. Banks was teaching. And then the day after that, Jayla just didn't come to school. So I'm kind of like, I'm not putting 2 and 2 together, but it's a coincidence at the time. I'm not really peeping it though. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't peeping it like that though. Now he's like one of them teachers that, of course, when you first get a class for the school year, you know how everybody just super quiet until they kind of get used to being around each other? That's how it was with our entire class. Mr. Banks cracking kids. Yeah, he was. That's not even the craziest part of the story, actually. Mr. Banks, I'm just noticing little, small stuff. Our classes, was quiet when the school year started. But as the school year started progressing, everybody started getting, not closer, but, a little more social with each other. We could do group projects without everybody being weird. I want to work by myself. People got friend groups in this class now. As well as the class had got the 3 people in it, they're still gossiping about her. It's just, I don't even have enough of Jayla's half of the story to put 2 and 2 together, so I can only just be, the first thing I see is your forehead. All right, Dwayne, what's up, man? What's up, man? But the only thing I'm really locking into and peeping is Jayla just being missing, because, she'll miss, 1 day or 2 days out of the month. But now she's missing, 2 days or 3 days out of the week. So it might be I see Jayla on Monday and she might not come back till Friday. Or I see Jayla on Monday, she might not be there till Thursday or Wednesday, or I might not see her on Monday, I might see her on Wednesday, and then Wednesday and Thursday be the only 2 days she come to school. Dwayne, you done? I'm yeah, she missing days of school and it's becoming suspect to me, but I'm thinking this whole time it's about the kid. Maybe she just spending a little more time with her kid. She might be trying to get custody of her kid. She's probably got her work and stuff online. Because me being a W friend that I am, W to me in the chat, I'm asking Mr. Banks, yo, what work we got? Can you put this online so she can do it? And I got her number. Well, I don't have her number. I got her Instagram. So I'm yeah, so-and-so, he put the work on here. He put the work on this website. He got it on Canvas. He putting it here. It's on Canvas. Check Canvas. Canvas got this assignment. I finished the answer to this assignment. You want me to send them to you? That's what I'm on. I'm nah, untime him. Untime Dwayne. He come in here and be right all the time. He cool. I'm yeah, the work right here, I got the answers to it. If you need it, I got you. Because I know how hard it is to do school, especially when you switching schools and you got absences and your grades not good. And then all of that, I'm thinking about her kid. I'm thinking about her kid the whole time. I think about her kid more than she think about her kid. I'm yeah, maybe if her grades is good, they'll let her see her kid a little more. Because at this time, the 3 people over here, they will let me know she didn't have custody of her kid. Her mom had custody of her kid. It wasn't just my kid live with my mom. Nah, my mom got custody of the kid. I'm maybe I'm like, oh, she's like, yeah, I'm trying to get custody of the kid. I just want to see him a little more, maybe a little visitation here and there. I haven't seen him in 2 months. I'm like, okay. I'm like, maybe if you get your grades up and you showed him that you working a good job, because she did have a good job too, which is the reason why I feel like she was out of school this whole time too. I'm like, oh, okay, you got the kid, you get a good job, you buy the kid a couple things, whatever. You show your mom that you at least trying. And like, yeah, I got a pretty decent grade in this class. I mean, all of the answers to his assignments is on Quizlet. Brainly. I'll watch a little ad or two for you so I can get this right answer to this thing. He graded my stuff in class, and the assignments aren't due until 11:59 p.m. I'm like, yeah, let me just get these answers. I'll ask him if they right. He's really open to helping people when they don't know answers and information. He will sit beside you and literally answer like almost any question you got about the work. So I'm doing the work, I'm getting my good grades, whatever. I'm like, yeah, here go the answers to the assignment. So at least that's one less thing you have to be stressed about on top of everything you got going on in your life. Silly me, though, for trying to be nice to everybody. Because it came back and bit me in the end. Bro, Jayla's still missing school. But now it's getting a little weird because Jayla missing school. But the same days that Jayla's not coming to school, we have a substitute teacher for Mr. Banks. And it was actually the same substitute teacher every single time. I'm going to say his name because the people at the school don't know his name. His name is Mr. Gerard. Mr. Gerard, I really hope that you're watching this video. I don't like you. I'm going to let you know why I don't like you too. Mr. Gerard, he sits here and intentionally gets people in trouble and get people kicked out. He'll call the front office to get the admins and stuff to come downstairs. Yeah. So-and-so, this is what's going on. Mind you, my second period starts at like 11 o'clock. I be hungry. I be eating my snacks in class. He hated it. Mr. Gerard is Muslim, by the way. If you're not eating halal food, he'll literally call the admin to come downstairs and tell you to stop. The people in the office literally had to call down there like, look, Mr. Gerard, we short staffed today. Please don't call up here because of food. We can only call up here for emergencies. It's people skipping in the bathroom, smoking vapes, and it's a lot of fights going on. And the other day, somebody came in here with a blick. So we on some higher alert, and it's threats that people are gonna come and pop the school, and yeah. So, like, if it's not an emergency, please don't call us today, Mr. Gerard. He was pissing me off, too. Every single time anybody in the class does anything, he pissed. And Mr. Gerard had a son that was inside of our class, which is the reason why he was a substitute every time our teacher wasn't there. He was requesting to be the sub for our class in 4-hour period. He would literally come in there, only do our period, and go back home. Mind you, Mr. Banks, he has 3 classes. One of his classes is a free period. His first period class, the first period class. They don't really, I think he got an AP class for first period because he teach AP too, but I took his regular class. They trust AP kids more than they do regular kids, so they'll leave the AP kids in there by themselves and just go in there and write the assignment of what's supposed to be done on the board, and AP kids will go in there and get it done. Second period is us. And third period, it's a way smaller class to where they can literally get like a PE teacher to come in there and sub instead of paying somebody. So they do that all the time. Mr. Gerard was literally requesting to sub for our class with his son in there for no reason. So as soon as I walked in there and seen Mr. Gerard, I already knew what the business was. I'm like, okay, Mr. Banks not here, cool. I'm just gonna do my work today. Actually, I'm not even gonna pull out no snacks. If it wasn't me, it was somebody else. But every day, admin was coming to our class for something. He got mad one day I wouldn't tell him what my name was for the attendance, and he could never remember it. He would never remember my name. And actually, he wasn't doing attendance for real. We used to come in there. It used to be a clipboard with a magnet attached to the whiteboard, and we used to come in there and check our names off. So one day he got in there before everybody else. My iPad died. I almost cried. Boo, you good? One day, he came in there before everybody else, so he was taking attendance, and he was calling everybody's name. And I walked in late. Actually, I was a couple minutes late. I think my bus was late or something like that. I was late for second period because I gotta walk across the whole school to get to my class. I was probably 2 minutes late at max. Yo, Dev. We doing the story time, man. Yeah, but he came there before everybody else. I won't even tell who my name was because he does attendance, but he won't even send it up to the office, so it don't even matter. And I already had enough attendances. I wasn't really tripping. I won't even finna tell who my name was. He got a sub and he don't even follow. That goes to show you how many subs Fredo dropped, how many subs TJ dropped, how many subs Mog dropped. That it went to somebody who don't even follow me, which is a pretty good W. Hopefully he rock with it in here. But Dev, if you never been here before, what's up? My name's Tamia. We doing a story time about how my teacher got my friend pregnant. It sounds crazy. This is your first stream in here with us. Welcome to the Bob though. But yeah, back to Jayla. Now it's when Jayla not at school, Mr. Banks not at school. And when Jayla at school, Mr. Banks at school. But they looking at each other really weird. Mine's in the editor role, by the way. What you mean? But like when Jayla there, Mr. Banks there. When Jayla not there, Mr. Banks not there. And that's just what it was. And then when they were there, mind you, I still sit beside Jayla. This is probably, Mr. Banks was coming a little bit more often than he was. He probably had 2 weeks where it was on some stuff like, yeah, boom, boom. Jayla not here, he not here. Jayla here, he here. And that was going on for 2 weeks. Now with Jayla, now it go back to normal. He here every single day now. Because it's actually starting to affect his paycheck or whatever. I don't know. But I think they got on him about it. He was just saying he had family personal issues. But yeah, I guess he wasn't lying because that really is a family personal issue. But now it's on some stuff like he there every day and Jayla's schedule is still the same. She's still only coming 2 days out of the week. And we might be happy if we get her 3 days out of the week. This happened for another 2 weeks. We ready to be on child support. Every single time they're in the classroom together, it's just a weird vibe whenever he come to our desk. Like I told y'all, he's really helpful. Like I said, he will sit beside you and help you with the work and any questions that you have. Why he stopped doing that? He stopped giving people rides. He stopped helping people with their work. And he was so much on not even wanting to come to my desk or say her name in general or hear her voice at all. He actually kicked her out of class for no reason one day. He stopped doing attendance where he called our name and he just started making us check the list before we come in there or when we come in there. And actually, it was times where I needed help, and instead of him coming to my desk, he would be like, okay, come up here, I'm going to help you with it. He didn't even want to be nowhere near her. Our desk was like, one desk has 2 people. Me and Jayla was sharing a desk. So he didn't even want to be over there with her. Now, that next week, Jayla didn't come at all. Not one day of the week she came. Now like I said, my 3rd period I shared a class with the 3 people in the friend group. I'm like, yeah, 1, 2, 3. What's going on with Jayla? They like, she's just probably having some family problems. We don't really know because we haven't talked to her too much. Now I'm thinking they just a little bit closer than me. Right? Jayla comes to school one day and she's sick the entire time we're there. We have lunch together. Mind you, this whole time, y'all like, oh, well, what happened to y'all having lunch together? She stopped having lunch with us for a minute. But I was still, I was kind of like getting used to having lunch all the time with these other 3. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to have lunch with y'all. I don't know where Jayla at. Or sometimes Jayla would come for 1st and 2nd period and then leave the rest of the day. And then sometimes she wouldn't come for 1st or 2nd period and be there for 3rd and 4th and then leave. Like her schedule is just so weird to adapt to. I don't know how she was doing it. Finally, it catch up to her. She got truancy court. She go. They set her absences and say it's due to a work leave. Like she was sick, that her doctor sent a note, and then she said, yeah. And then the days I was coming for half the day and then missing the other half, it was due to me having to go to work. And she got her, like, a form filled out for her, like, to be able to leave early for her to clock into her job. And like I said, she had a really good job. She was like, yeah, they changed my schedule at work. That's what she kept telling us. Why Jayla started getting bigger and bigger and bigger? And it wasn't just like, I'm not peeping like, okay, she might be pregnant. It just looked like she's, like, eating more. Like, all of her body is getting bigger. It's not just like, oh, her stomach getting bigger, her face getting a little chunky. Like, no. She's starting to get a double chin. Her arms starting to get fat. The clothes that she had don't even fit her no more. So she wearing the same fit every time that she at school. And I was actually feeling bad for her. Until this happened. Boom, right? She actually ended up having lunch with the friend group. She getting auntie arms, exactly. She look like she can cook real well. That's how her arms is getting. She started having meat jiggling off the back of her. Like, bro, all that. I'm in third period with the three people in the friend group. They like, you know what? Meet us here for lunch. We finna have a conversation with her about what's been going on, because at the end of the day, we kind of look up to her like this and this and this, and she's kind of like the head of the friend group. And I don't like how she's, like, kind of slacking off. I feel bad for her. Let's have a conversation with her and see what's going on. I'm like, okay, I guess. Mind y'all, I told y'all I don't be in people's business like that. So when it come down to this situation, I'm not even saying nothing. I'm just letting the three that know her best say the situation. I said, I'm just going to be there. I'm just going to be nosy enough to be there. We get to the table where we have lunch at. They like, J-Lo, what's going on? I have something to tell y'all. I'm like, okay. You got something to tell us every time we have this conversation with each other, obviously, because it's just something new. She like, I lost my job, and I lost custody of my kid. Right. Mind y'all, lock into this. Jayla told us that she didn't have custody of her kid in the first place. So how did you lose your job and custody of your kid if you never had custody of your kid in the first place? That's what I'm saying. She never had it. No, that's not even, that's what I'm saying. It's not even, Mr. Banks' bombing wasn't even the craziest part. She did tell us a piece of that, though. She said, I couldn't get a job. I wanted to get a job. I lost my job and I lost custody of my kid. I don't say nothing about the fact that we already know she don't got custody of her kid, so what is she talking about? She said, yeah, those, when I said I had to leave because I got a new job, and they changed my shift, and what's up, Trey? I had to change my job because of this and all of this. I'm like, okay, so what happened? She's like, I got a new job. I'm like, okay, congratulations. That's really good. Like, you just lost your job, you got a new one. WU. I'm like, okay, new job. So, I mean, you lost custody of your kid, but, like, you already had custody been lost. So that's, I'm not even bringing it up. It was just in the back of my head. So keep it in your mind this whole time that she said that. I'm like, okay, where you getting a new job at? Like Chick-fil-A or something? She's like, nah, so-and-so company. I'm like, it popped up in my head because she never said Mr. Banks' company. She said the actual company. She said the actual company name. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what this company is. Mind you, Mr. Banks doesn't know that she's even still talking to us or associating us. As soon as, like, me and her start talking, he see her getting happy. He separate me and Jayla to two different sides of the classroom so he can walk over there and help me with my work. And he's still not even talking to her. So, I'm like, yeah, what you do for work, like, outside of school? Because I know y'all only get paid during the school year. We was talking about, like, setting up life plans. He had us do this thing called a life diagram, which basically says, like, your goals for the next 5 years, short-term goals, long-term goals, how you're gonna, like, obtain them and all this stuff. So, I'm like, okay, I make mine. Now, I'm the type of person, I'm going to have a conversation with a teacher to get my grade up. I'm going to act like I'm interested in your life. I'm like, yeah. I know teachers only get, I'm like, what's your long-term goals, Mr. Banks? He like, probably to get a loan for my company and do all this stuff for my company and get a sign for the front of my company so people can know, because right now it's just a big tarp with the name on it. I'm like, oh, yeah. Like, what kind of sign you gonna get? Yeah, I'm gonna get the one with the big words, the lights around it. It's gonna say so-and-so company. I'm like, oh, so-and-so company. This is the same so-and-so company Jayla says she worked at. I'm like, this is the same company Jayla said that she worked at. I'm like, something's off. I don't know what it is. Now, like I told y'all, them 3 friends now, I'm putting 2 and 2 together. I'm thinking, yeah. I'm thinking the teacher's on some weird stuff with Jayla. On some stuff like he's being mean to her. Like, oh, he got her working all these extra hours for this company, and she can't even do her schoolwork, and he being rude to her on some petty manager type stuff. Mind you, I'm not putting 2 and 2 together to think that they bombing each other. I'm putting 2 and 2 together to think he's just a bad manager. He got Jayla overworking and made her lose custody of her kid because she missed too much school. Exactly, J-Play. Exactly. So, I'm not bringing it up to Mr. Banks. I'm like, yo, I'm bringing it up to the 3 friends. I'm like, yeah, Mr. Banks said he worked for this and this company. Mind you, the 3 friends don't know Mr. Banks like that to know that this is his company either. And it's not that many students that work for his company. It's like 3 of them. And they're not like in any way associated with each other or popular enough to where people would know what Mr. Banks' company name was just off the top of their head. So I'm telling the 3 friends, I'm like, yeah. Mr. Banks got Jayla working overtime for his company so he can get new signs and all this stuff. And he just being a bad manager. Like, on some real stuff, like, mind you, the 3 friends, they be switching jobs like, I don't know, like, it ain't nobody business how much they switch jobs. They get fired, they quit, they get a new job 2 days later. They jobs be whamming. They get jobs back to back. Every time I ask them about something, they coming in like, yeah, you know, I just got hired at this and this place. I'm like, bro, maybe I can help Jayla get a new job. They're like, it's cool. Like, we're going to talk to her about it during lunch. Bad idea. I should have never opened my mouth. We go to lunch. I'm like, Jayla, you know what's been going on? I bring up Mr. Banks and Mr. Banks' company. She doesn't know how much I know. Keep this in mind. I have conversations with Mr. Banks all the time on some work stuff. Not business. I'm talking about school work. Like, I have conversation with him on some schoolwork stuff after our class is over. And I don't know, like, oh, I'll be in there for 15 minutes out of class. No, I'll be in there for like 2 minutes. And I just be like, yeah, when you grade this assignment, let me know so I can get this fixed. And I can let my mom know that you didn't put this grade in yet. Because my mom used to be tripping about my grades at this time. She think that I know that her and Mr. Banks bombing each other. I don't know none of that information. This whole time, I'm thinking that Mr. Banks is a petty manager. So when I brought it up to the friend group for them to tell Jayla, they like, yeah, you work for Mr. Banks' company. They like, Jayla, you work for Mr. Banks' company. We know how he been doing you. Her whole face went from this to this. Y'all know how he been doing me. What? Huh? What's going on? Where the cameras at? I know I'm getting pranked now. Bro, this is before Paul's era was even a thing. She thinking we talking about bombing. The whole time we talking about Mr. Banks being a bad manager. She start crying. Why she start crying? Why she start crying? Chat, she's literally in there crying. I just don't know what to do because I'm so sorry. I'm so like confused on why she's crying, but then I'm like, okay, maybe she just got a lot on her plate, you know. maybe she just got a lot on her plate, so I'm not even bringing up her crime. I'm like, girl, it's okay, it's okay. And she just sitting here, and I'm finna show y'all exactly how it went in my face when this whole thing happened. Mind you, I'm not the type of person you want to be around when it's a serious situation going on, cause I laugh. I laugh when I'm nervous. She like this, and I'm just so sorry. I never expected it to go like this. I'm like, yeah, like it's a lot on your plate already, and she like, yeah, it's so much on my plate, and then on top of that, like, and we having a baby together, and he like docked my pay, and he keep taking me off this guy. Mind you, nobody asked her about her being pregnant or nothing. And I didn't know this was gonna happen. I wasn't even expecting this, and then we got a baby on the way together, and I just don't know what to do. My whole face said, huh? Baby? What baby? Yeah, she threw it in the combo. She literally started snitching on herself. I thought I heard it wrong. So I said, mind you, the three, they behind her. We rubbing her back. Like, bro, imagine it's her sitting right here, sitting in the chair. We all rubbing on her back. She can't see our face expressions. I'm like, it's okay. At this mafia, she going out first round. Bro, the conversation was, The conversation was so similar. The conversation was so similar that she thought that we knew that Mr. Banks got her pregnant. This whole time we was talking about him being a bad manager at a job. We was never talking about her being pregnant. He just does me so wrong, I would never expected this to happen, and I'm so sorry. I'm like, girl, you don't gotta be sorry. Yeah, we got a baby on the way. Baby? A baby? I didn't say nothing. We still rubbing her back, low-key trying to take in what was just said, cause she crying and breathing all hard, so it's like, okay, maybe I heard her wrong. Why the friend, one of the three that we had that other class together that was in the friend group, why, I really hope everybody shut up so she can tell us more instead of shutting down. Why she say, baby? Why Jayla immediately stopped crying? The girl in the friend group of the other three, she like, baby? We wasn't talking about no baby. Mind you, we in a public area with it's like 70 people in this room. It's 70 people in this room. She said baby overly loud. She over here, yeah, I didn't know what happened. And we having a baby together. And she mumbling but crying at the same time. So I'm thinking I'm hearing something wrong. Why the girl yell, baby? Everybody turn around and look at her. They all, what's going on? Baby, what baby? Baby. And now everybody confused. I'm confused. I don't pick up on stuff last. I just thought I knew something and I didn't know nothing. Everybody turn around and baby, where you get a baby from? Mind you, she's so in shock that one of her friends yelled out baby. Why everybody that was inside of this cafeteria turn around and look at her like this? What? Why Jayla so shocked? She turned around too, like we're not talking about her. She baby. What baby? I'm like, girl, they talking about you. No, I would have ran. She couldn't run. Now, keep in mind that she said she lost custody of her kid is going to all make sense, but not make sense at the same time. And y'all reactions are going to be the same as mine. I can almost guarantee it. We all find out this information. Thank thank God that the girl didn't yell, "Mr. Banks got you pregnant, a baby." Thank God she only yelled baby. She got up. We walked to a whole nother room to have a private conversation. We walk into a whole different room to have a private conversation. I'm like, what you mean, baby, Mr. Banks? You mean like the one that you already had? I'm like, she like self-snitching a lot, y'all. I'm like, how do you know? I was late. I had gotten an accident at work, so I went to go get what's the name, a MRI or something like that, to make sure that my arm wasn't injured. And in the process of that, they like, yeah, we gotta do a mandatory ultrasound because you work around a whole bunch of metals and stuff. We gotta make sure something for the machine, something like that. And she got braces and some more stuff. Like, it was just like, they did an ultrasound on her. They was like, are you sure that, are you not, like, have you did this and this in the last days? When's the last time you had your, all that situation? They asking her the mandatory questions. They make her take a test at the place while she found out she's pregnant, right? Mind you, when she found out she was pregnant, the pregnancy, this happened like 6 weeks ago when she stopped coming to school for them couple of days. The first day that she didn't come to school was because she was injured. Then she was late. And she was scared, so she kept missing more days of school, but she wanted to keep coming in so it didn't get too suspect. I'm guessing somewhere in there, she told Mr. Banks, and Mr. Banks stopped showing up to the school. Mr. Banks stopped popping up at the school too. Now, I'm still in shock. I actually stopped hanging around the friend group for like a week and a half, and I ended up coming back because Jayla didn't come to school for a week. I had no reason to even have a conversation with the other three. Jayla come back. She's showing us pictures of the ultrasound. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, the baby's so cute. I refuse to go out and get food. I get my phone like this. I'm like, oh my gosh. Imagine this the ultrasound. I'm like, oh my gosh, the baby's so cute. Just so I can still see it. I'm like, oh, can I see? Sideways. Now I'm finna let y'all know what an ultrasound's supposed to look like. It's supposed to have the mother's name, the father's name, the date. It's supposed to have the date. And then the ultrasound. The only thing on there is the ultrasound. It's no name, it's no date, no mom name, no dad name, nothing. Just the ultrasound. It's just the baby. Only the baby. I'm like, let me do my research real quick because I refuse to be played. Google has an app. If you download the Google app, you can go and search the image that you have on your phone. It tells you the results that pop up that match other images on Google. I put the picture in the Google out of curiosity. Why 14 other Pinterest pictures of ultrasounds pop up and the date on there, but it's cropped out on the ultrasound? Why is it cropped out on the ultrasound? Mind you, that ultrasound picture is from 2012. I can actually pull up the one that she sent. She sent the one to the group chat, and she had the actual like one picture. But the picture looked like how this picture looked. It looked like how this looked. It looked just like it was printed out. That's crazy to say to her. So I'm like, I don't know whether I should say something or not. Now, like I said, with her first child, I'm like, something just seems a little bit off about you not having custody of your kid. And then when we asked you about the kid, and you were crying and saying that you lost custody of the kid, mind you never had custody of the child in the first place. Mind you, this child is like a 1.5. So it's not like you just lost custody and you still stressed about it. Like, no, like, you've been lost custody of this kid. You've never had custody of this kid. Ever. I'm like, you got pictures of the kid? Your other kid. She like, I only got one. It's a newborn. She don't got no pictures of her and the kid together. She only got pictures of the kid by itself. And it's like one picture of the kid walking. And it's blurry. A blurry picture of the kid walking. One blurry picture of the kid. And then an ultrasound. Right? She don't got no pictures of her while she was pregnant. She don't got no pictures of her while she was pregnant. She don't got no ultrasound pictures of that baby. No newborn pictures of that baby. No pictures of her and the baby together. Mind you, she got recent pictures of her and her grandma. She left her phone sitting there when we had lunch one day. And you know how your lock screen and stuff could change? Like change pictures? Every picture she got on there is one of her grandma. And I only know they recent because it was when she got big. All of a sudden. So you see your grandma. And you see her recently. Where's the kid? Where's the kid? I'm looking for the kid. So I'm like, okay, something still to right now isn't adding up. I don't know what it is, but it's a lot of stuff just not adding up. And I know that she tells people half the story and tells other people the other half. So I go to the 3. I go to the 3. I'm like, y'all ever seen her with her kid ever? Because mind you, they knew her for a couple of years. I'm like, have you ever seen her with her kid ever? They're like, no, like she don't have custody of them, and she be in an abusive household, so I don't think the people that she lived with let her leave. I'm like, oh, this teacher do everything else. He couldn't book you a hotel. He couldn't get you an Uber to go see your kid. He already get you pregnant, but he can't get you an Uber to see your other kid. Some days go by. More and more stuff just starting not to add up. She gets into a car accident. Car accident. She gets into a car accident. She has a cousin, right? This is, we've been friends for about 2 or 3 months now. We in a group chat. We get a random text, all of us separately. Get a random text from a random number saying Jayla's in the hospital on life support. She's been in a car accident. And she's going into emergency labor. Okay, she got into an accident. Prayers to her. Yo. It's finna get wild. It's finna get wild. It's finna get wild. It's finna get wild. Random number texting us saying, yeah, I'm Jayla's cousin. Jayla got in a car accident. She's on life support. They put her into emergency. They induced her, basically. Not you trying to hold that laugh. No, I was punching Jefferson on. They induced her, right? She's not telling us anything about this baby. Tell me why 2 days later of her being on life support, she shows up at school. 2 days after we got that text that she was on life support and she was induced in labor, she shows up at school. Two days, 48 hours, y'all. She shows up at school as happy, as just healthy, and walking and normal as can be. She couldn't abort. Car accident method is crazy. It's wild, ain't it? 2 days later, she pop up just sprung up as can be. She walk into our classroom. I'm in shock. I'm in absolute shock. She came in there. She shook Mr. Banks' hand, grabbed a packet out of his hand, and dipped. No hi, no what's up, no I'm okay, no explanation, no where's the baby, nothing. Nothing. She's the same weight that she was. She's just as big as she was. She was gaining weight. She's the same weight that she was. No, she didn't get smaller. She was the exact same size. Exact same size as she was when she so-called got the car accident. Nobody sent us a picture of the car. The number sent us the message. Her cousin sent us a message saying, yeah, she got in a car accident. She's on life support. They induced her labor. After that, we all trying to text the number. It's not delivering. As a matter of fact, it's green bubbles after that. The only message that they responded to was, who's this? The message popped up blue. I think it popped up blue or something. I just know it delivered. The message delivered the first time. It said she got in a car accident. She's on life support. Induced labor. Blah, blah, blah. No address, no nothing, no can we come visit her, what's going on. We still trying to text this number, trying to call this number. The number going straight to voicemail. It's the person you are calling, beep. I'm texting the number not texting back, and it's not delivering. Like we got blocked. She come in there, sprung up, happy. Shook Mr. Banks' hand, said, thank you, Mr. Banks. Grabbed the packet and dipped. Did not say hi or nothing. Mind you, I'm so in shock that she's alive and walking that I didn't even go up and say nothing. I'm just sitting there like this. I was just so confused. And then everything started coming together. You never have a baby shower. You're so-called multiple months pregnant. You only got one ultrasound picture. You stopped coming to school. We still don't know why you didn't come to school. But when she said it was because of my job, she wasn't lying about that. It was because of her job. She stopped coming to school because of her job. And her grandma came up there the next day and said thank you to Mr. Banks as well. Come to find out, the first kid wasn't even hers, it was her nephew. And her and Mr. Banks did bond, but he didn't get her pregnant because she was never pregnant. She actually did work for Mr. Banks' company, and they actually did bond. Because she lied about her age. And she told Mr. Banks she was 19 when in reality she was 16. Actually, no. Her and Mr. Banks never bond. I just messed that whole thing up. Mr. Banks has a son. Her and Mr. Banks' son bombed. It wasn't Mr. Banks. I had to really lock into why he was looking the way he was looking. She didn't bomb Mr. Banks. She said Mr. Banks, and when she said Mr. Banks, she wasn't talking about the teacher, she was talking about her son. His son works for the company, and he's a manager there. Mr. Banks, the teacher, owns the company. But Mr. Banks' son graduated the year before, and he was actually he was a substitute, but he was a temporary substitute. He used to just come in and just do little stuff inside gym, like a teacher's assistant almost. Right? Now, mind you, they were in a relationship. Mr. Banks' son was a little bit older than Jayla. Like, he graduated already. He was 3 years older than Jayla. Right? Now, mind you, when he graduated, he said, I don't want to be known for being a freshman crusher, bombing freshmen, right? Tell me why. He said all this stuff on Instagram too. He exposed her whole plot on Instagram. That's the only reason why I know that the car accident and stuff was fake, because stuff wasn't popping up and 2 and 2 wasn't going together. I was just left confused. Mind you, I didn't know the other half of the story until months later. That's why Banks was avoiding Jayla. Y'all finna get that too. Whole time, Lil Banks cheated on her. Jayla is delusional. She's a real delulu. She's so delulu that she saves condoms. Why she tried to inseminate herself with Little Banks? And you know that when one person is related to another person, and this person is a father to this person, that when she brought the bigger Banks to court, saying, oh yeah, she was trying to get him to lose his job, because they already know how he locked in with a lot of students. That's the reason why he stopped. When they did the DNA test, his name was going to pop up on there saying that they were related because of the son, not because of them two bombing each other. Jayla was tripping. That's why she transferred schools, and her grandma came up to the school. She was trying to transfer schools thinking her plot was finna go. And she had said the life support thing. The life support thing blew me because it was just enough to get us off of what she had going on for two or 3 days so she can de-enroll herself from the school. She's in jail? No. She actually almost got our teacher fired. The first kid never existed. Her whole family was in on the plot. The grandma was in on the plot. Jayla was trying to light Yagami Banks and his son. And you know what's crazy? It actually would have worked. The only people that really knew about this situation was us three. Well, the three friends, me, Jayla. Mr. Banks didn't even know that he was getting framed until it was happening. Her whole family. The cousin that was texting me. The cousin that was texting me was a text now number. And she disabled the number as soon as she sent us a message about her being on life support. The first kid is her sister's son. Her sister lives in a whole different state. So that's why when she sees the grandma, the kid's never in the picture. The ultrasound, come on, if the whole family in on it, you would think you would do a little better. Do a little bit better than that. Now, I'm finna tell y'all why the family was in on it. The whole family thought that she got graped. She got a grape from they had a fruit salad, and Lil Banks brought the grapes for the fruit salad. They thought Lil Banks bought the grapes for Jayla. So they was trying to set him and the dad up because they thought the dad was doing stuff with other people too, because Jayla was telling her family about how much Mr. Banks takes like kids in his class out, gives them jobs at his company. He's actually a really cool guy. He's just slightly weird. His whole plot of giving kids jobs is to help them build their credit and to help them get full-time jobs and part-time jobs so they have money when they get out of school to pay their debt. He actually runs an entire program. He lost his job for like 3 or 4 months. Like he was on paid leave. They suspended him. They suspended him with pay while they investigated the situation because his son had all the information out on Instagram, but they was like asking other people in the school about it, and the rumors and all this other stuff, and everything she told us was coming up, so they were just like, it's too much to deal with, and they actually suspended him. How you scared to crack something new when I move schools? He's so nice. She wrong for that? So wrong. Whole family in on it, by the way. And then when they brought it up to the police, like, oh yeah, he brought some grapes. Why she almost got away with that too? Until Lil Banks started bringing up all the information about what was going on. The other kid never existed. Life support never existed. Her and Mr. Banks' mom never existed. She actually bunged Mr. Banks' son. But Mr. Banks did know about them cracking. Mr. Banks also knew about his son cheating on her. But he cheated on her with a girl his age because he didn't want to date her no more. She started up this whole plot. And she just needed somebody that was going to believe it. Y'all know the whole time she was crying. And then Mr. Banks, he got me pregnant. She had that whole thing planned. She didn't accidentally snitch on herself. She meant to do that. She knew what she was doing. She knew what I was talking about when I was talking about the job. She said, yeah, we having a baby while crying. Fake crying, by the way. She was fake crying this whole time. The whole time she was fake crying. Nothing that even came out her mouth was real. Not one thing. Her age was fake. Oh, she wanted him? Yes. She wanted to see how long she could get him not being in a relationship until she couldn't anymore. And she wanted money. Also. And she thought she was going to get that. The money stuff, none of that money stuff happened. She's a top tier manip. Top tier manip. She was just pathologically lying about everything. Anything she could lie about. She lied about stuff that don't matter to nobody but her. She lied about getting fired from her job. She never got fired from her job. As a matter of fact, she was working 2 jobs at once. So what were those papers for? Which one? The ultrasounds? The ultrasound papers? Or the papers that Mr. Banks handed her? She transferred schools. But she had to finish the quarter. So the only way for her credits to get transferred to another school was for her to finish the quarter. She said, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take my leave. The one she grabbed from Banks, that was the rest of her work for the quarter. We had like another week and a half for that quarter before she could transfer. Well, that semester. We had like another week and a half. He gave her all the work in a packet for that week and a half because he was so disgusted with even seeing her name. He kicked her out of the actual classroom and shook her hand when she left. Just because it was such a weird situation. Now the grapes and stuff, I think that she was holding that over Mr. Banks' head, and he loves his son so much that he was keeping it cordial instead of snapping. But that's the reason why he moved me and her away from each other. He was like intentionally not coming over to our desk. She was just being weird the whole time. She was so manipulating. She manipulated him into giving her a job at his company with her son. If you don't do this, I'm going to tell the police that your son did this to me. And she was on it that whole time. It was so weird. I never been lied to no more. Like, bro, after that, I never trusted nobody after that. Jose, he was trying to save your life, yes. Because he noticed every time we was over there, she was just talking. And she crying, and I'm over here like, yeah, let me... Can I do this and get this work to her? I'm over here helping her with work. I didn't even like this class, and I locked into this class just so I can help her with the work because I felt bad for her, and this whole time she was just lying to my face. Lesson is, don't trust nobody. After this, bro, I stopped hanging out with that friend group. I don't know, I felt like they knew about everything this whole time. Like, they was just all weird to me. Y'all know too much, but not enough, and it was just irritating me. Bro, she was lying longer than that, but she was lying about stuff that didn't even matter to the situation we talking about. She's just a pathological liar. She just lie and keep lying and keep lying. She telling lies about stuff that don't matter at all. I'm like, bro, what you lying for? And that's the reason why the 3 people in the friend group didn't like her like that, but they was keeping it cordial because they can never prove that she was actually lying. They just had a feeling. So they was just like, I'm not rocking with you. How you feel? I'm feeling good, man. We just wrapping up this story time. Bro, my mind was actually blown. It was so much to take in at once. You people have everything coming together now. It was so much to take in at once, and it all hit me. And then even after that, it's like, oh, when she said this was because of this? What? When she said this, 2 and 2 is still getting put together. It's like a long equation. 2 and 2 got put together months ago, but every month I'm just picking up like, oh, she was lying about this too, and she never... Zay, you missed half of the story. Don't do that. That, like, it literally blew me. I never trusted nobody at that school again, and I transferred the month after that. I switched states. Like, bro, they just, like... Bro, I didn't tell nobody about that situation either. It was just kind of weird to me. And I didn't know her like that to care that much about her being on life support. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, she's on life support, boo-hoo. Like, no. Like, it was like, okay, I feel bad for her because your life is just going wrong. Bro, yeah, yo, that's a story time about how my teacher got my friend pregnant. Y'all say bye to YouTube, man. YouTube, if y'all seeing this, y'all made it to the end of the video. Like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, comment on this vid. Back with more story times. Y'all see, if y'all not sub to the Twitch, or if y'all don't follow the Twitch, come follow the Twitch, bro. Please. Everything's in the link below. Come follow the Twitch. We be vibing over here. We be doing more than just talking about people who manipulate us. But we gonna tap into the story times a whole lot more. I love y'all, YouTube, man.